Can I be really honest with you right now? Like genuinely, truly honest? Because I feel like you came to this reading today carrying something you haven't told anyone about. And it's not just a feeling. It's not just a passing thought you've been brushing off. There is someone. And whether you've been trying to convince yourself that it's nothing, or whether you've been lying in bed at 2 in the morning replaying something they said or the way they looked at you, your soul already knows. The universe has been trying to get your attention about this person for a while now. And I think that's exactly why you're here. You didn't just stumble onto this video. Something pulled you in. Something said, sit down, be still, and listen. So that's what I need you to do right now. Take a breath. Get quiet. And let's talk about what's really going on. Because the energy I'm feeling as I step into this reading is not light. It is not surface level. This is something that goes deep. This is something that has roots. And what I keep getting, over and over again, before I even get into the messages, is that you have been dismissing the signs. You have been rationalizing them away. You see something that reminds you of them and you tell yourself it's a coincidence. You hear a song and you think, okay, that's just a song. You think about them right before they reach out and you tell yourself, that happens to everyone. But it doesn't happen the way it's been happening to you. What you've been experiencing is not coincidence. The universe is not subtle when it's trying to redirect your attention. It will keep using the same symbols, the same numbers, the same feelings, the same dreams until you stop and say, okay, I'm listening. And today, that's what this reading is about. Today, we listen. So let me tell you what I'm feeling first before anything else. The energy around you right now is heavy with unspoken things. There are words that haven't been said yet, feelings that haven't been named yet, and a version of your life that is waiting on the other side of you just being willing to believe that something real is actually happening here. And I want you to know, before we go any further, that whatever you've been feeling about this person, you are not crazy. You are not projecting. You are not making it up. What you have been sensing is real, and what's coming through right now is confirming that in a way that I think is going to catch you completely off guard. Okay. So let's get into it. The very first thing I'm picking up on is that this person thinks about you far more than you realize. And I mean that in a way that would probably shock you if you knew the full extent of it. This is not someone who occasionally wonders how you're doing. This is someone who has entire conversations with you in their head. They rehearse things they want to say to you. They think about moments you've shared, even small ones, even ones you've probably forgotten, and they replay them. There is a level of mental preoccupation happening on their end that they have not been honest about, not with you, and honestly, barely with themselves. They are not fully comfortable with how much they think about you. It almost scares them. Because they're not used to feeling like this. And that right there is the thread I keep pulling. This person is not used to feeling like this about someone. Whatever their past looks like, whatever they've been through before you, there is something about you specifically that has gotten under their skin in a way that nothing else has. And they can feel it. They feel the difference. They know that what happens inside them when they see your name or hear your voice or picture your face is not what they've felt before. And instead of running toward that, a part of them has been hesitating. Because something this real feels dangerous when you're someone who has learned to protect yourself. Now here's what I need you to hear, because this is big. The reason the universe keeps sending you signs about this person is not to tease you. It is not to get your hopes up for no reason. The universe is pointing you towards something that is meant to unfold. This connection has a purpose. And the signs, the 1111 you keep seeing, the songs, the dreams, the random moments where they just show up in your mind for no logical reason, those are not accidents. Those are confirmations. Those are the universe saying, pay attention, this matters, don't sleep on this. I'm also getting something very strong about your energy and the way others perceive you. There is something about you that is incredibly magnetic and you might not fully see it in yourself. You might actually be someone who has been told you're too much, or too intense, or too quiet, or too closed off. And what's interesting is that the very things people have tried to make you feel self-conscious about are the exact things that draw people in. Your stillness. Your depth. The way you don't perform for people. There is something very rare about you and it creates this almost involuntary pull in those around you. People are drawn to your energy before they even understand why. And this person is no exception. Actually, with this person, it's stronger than it's ever been with anyone else who has encountered you. I feel like some of you watching this have been in a season of emotional withdrawal. Like you pulled back from people, maybe from love specifically, and built this very quiet, very controlled existence around yourself. Not because you don't feel things, but because you feel things so deeply that you learned early on that you have to be careful about who you let in. And you've been operating in that mode for a while. Steady. Self-sufficient. Not really expecting anything to break through that wall. And then this person showed up. Or they came back. Or they started showing up in ways that are impossible to ignore. And something in you that had gone very quiet started to stir again. And that scared you a little bit. Because you had gotten comfortable in the stillness. And now something is moving again and you're not sure whether to trust it. Trust it. That's what the energy is telling me to say to you. Trust what you are feeling. Your intuition about this person is not leading you somewhere dangerous. It is leading you somewhere necessary. Now I want to talk about what this person is actually experiencing on their end, because I think it's going to validate a lot of what you've been sensing. They are in a quiet internal battle right now. On one side, there is everything they feel when they think about you, which is a lot, and it's warm, and it's real. And on the other side, there is fear. Fear of what it means to want something this much. Fear of being wrong about you. Fear of vulnerability. This person has been hurt before. Not in a casual way. In a way that made them recalibrate how much they're willing to give of themselves. So they move carefully. They observe before they act. And with you, they have been in observation mode for longer than they want to admit, because they're trying to make sure before they take a step. They don't want to get this wrong. What I'm getting is that they feel like you are someone who doesn't come around twice. Like if they mishandle this, if they move too fast or too slow or say the wrong thing, they might lose the window. And that pressure is part of what's been making them hold back. They don't want to mess this up. You mean something to them, even now, even before things have fully come to the surface. You already mean something. Some of you might also be feeling a very specific kind of energetic pull lately, like there's a tension in the air around this connection. Like something is about to tip. Like you're standing at the edge of something and you can feel the ground shifting under your feet. That is not your imagination. There is a shift coming in this connection. Something that has been building under the surface is about to break through. And I feel strongly that the next time you are in contact with this person, whether that's in person or through a message or even just an unexpected encounter, something is going to feel different. The energy between you is about to change. And I think deep down, you've already been sensing that. I'm also picking up on the fact that this person has been watching you from a distance in some way. For some of you, that's literally on social media. They're checking on you. They're paying attention to what you put out. They're watching your stories. They notice when you post something new. They notice your moods. They notice more than you think they do. And there's a part of them that wishes they could just say what they're feeling. But there's this gap between what they feel and what they're ready to express, and they're trying to close that gap on their own terms. What I will say is that gap is getting smaller. The things they've been holding back are getting harder to hold. For others of you, this person is physically around you in some way. They could be in your orbit, your workplace, your neighborhood, your social circle. And there is this unspoken thing between you that everyone around you can probably feel even if it's never been named out loud. That almost tension. That awareness of each other in a room. The way your energy shifts when they're close. The way they find reasons to be near you or make eye contact from across a space. That is not nothing. That is two people who are deeply aware of each other trying to navigate the weight of that awareness without tipping their hand too soon. Now here is something I feel very strongly about, and I want to say it clearly. Your past has made you someone who is careful about hope. You've probably been in situations before where you let yourself believe in something and it didn't turn out the way you needed it to. And so there's a part of you that is now protective of your own heart. That part of you is always looking for the catch. Always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Always preparing for disappointment before it arrives. And I understand that. That comes from real experience. But I need you to hear this. That protective part of you, as necessary as it has been, is not always right. And in this situation specifically, I feel like it is working against you. Because what is happening here, what is building here, is something that deserves to be received with your heart open. Not reckless. Not naive. But open. You are allowed to want this. You are allowed to let this matter to you. There is also something I keep feeling around your spiritual protection in this reading, and I don't want to gloss over it. You are not moving through this alone. There are forces around you, loving, intentional, deeply invested in your path, that have been arranging things on your behalf for longer than you know. The reason certain things fell apart in your past is because they were never meant to be permanent. They were meant to clear the way for something better. And what's better is what's coming. What's better is what you're already beginning to sense. The love that is trying to reach you now is not the same as what you've experienced before. It is not going to ask you to shrink. It is not going to make you feel like you have to earn your place. It is going to meet you in your fullness, in your depth, in your realness, and it is going to stay. Some of you are going to receive a very direct expression of feeling from this person sooner than you expect. It might come in a form you don't anticipate. It might not be a grand gesture. It might be a quiet moment, something small and sincere, where they finally let the wall down and you see what's actually been there all along. And when that happens, I want you to be present for it. Don't deflect it. Don't minimize it. Don't make a joke out of it because you're nervous. Let it land. Let it be real. Because it is real. And for those of you where this is a little further out, where things are still in that in-between space, I want to say this. Don't force it. Don't shrink yourself trying to make it happen faster. Don't perform for this person. Don't become who you think they want. Because the version of you that has drawn them in, that has been living in their thoughts, is not a performance. It is you. It is your authentic, layered, unfiltered self that they can't stop thinking about. The moment you start performing is the moment you start dimming the very thing they are so powerfully drawn to. Stay in your truth. Keep being exactly who you are. That is your greatest power in this connection.